Imagine sitting in your car at a red light, glancing at a truck idling beside you. Now imagine that this truck isn't just any ordinary hauler, it's carrying enough firepower to annihilate an entire city. Nuclear weapons, the most destructive devices ever engineered by humanity, occasionally need to be moved from one secure location to another. These journeys don't happen in secret bunkers or sci-fi tunnels, but right along the roads we use every day. Moving such lethal cargo is one of the most delicate and high-stakes tasks any government can undertake. In the United States, this responsibility doesn't fall to the military directly, but to a specialized unit known as the Office of Secure Transportation. This elite agency handles the logistics and security of transporting sensitive nuclear materials, including full weapons, components, and special radioactive substances like enriched uranium and plutonium. Their operations are so crucial that entire security protocols, some bordering on science fiction, have been created just to ensure these materials never fall into the wrong hands. The Transportation Safeguards Division Convoy. These nuclear shipments are known as Transportation Safeguards Division Convoys, and they're anything but ordinary. Each convoy is a meticulously planned operation that adapts to its route and the sensitivity of the material on board. While some details are classified, what we do know paints a picture of high-tech coordination, overwhelming firepower, and layers of secrecy. Typically, a convoy will include local police cars at the front and rear to clear a safe path through populated areas. This is especially critical in cities where delays could pose security risks or expose the convoy to public view. Behind the police escorts roll several bulletproof vehicles, each bristling with weapons and reinforced with armor. These aren't just any armored cars, they're mobile battle stations. Each vehicle is equipped with gun ports, allowing federal agents to fire at attackers without ever stepping outside. Inside, agents are armed with a range of weapons including handguns, shotguns, and assault rifles. Some convoys even include Bearcat armored vehicles, heavily fortified transports sometimes topped with mounted machine guns capable of neutralizing a serious threat with devastating speed. But weapons aren't the only tools in their arsenal. The convoy vehicles are connected by a multi-tiered communication system. The first level allows all the vehicles in the convoy to coordinate in real time. If an ambush or unexpected obstacle arises, the team can adjust instantly. The second level maintains communication with other support teams stationed miles ahead or behind the convoy, scanning the route for potential threats. At least 7 armed vehicles are involved in every nuclear convoy, 5 of which are visible in the group, with the other 2 acting as remote reconnaissance units. These additional vehicles help ensure that threats are detected long before the convoy reaches danger. Finally, the third communication layer keeps the convoy in constant touch with the Transportation and Emergency Control Center in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Through encrypted passwords and verification codes, this center ensures that no rogue force, masquerading as law enforcement, can hijack the operation. Both the police and convoy agents must shout out matching passwords to confirm their legitimacy before interaction. The heart of the convoy. At the center of this rolling fortress is the Safeguard Transporter, a specially designed truck built like a tank. Its body is constructed from advanced metals that resist flames, saws, and cutting tools. Even in the worst accidents, this vehicle is built not to spill its contents, ensuring that a highway crash won't turn into a national disaster. Weighing in at 25 tons, the Safeguard Transporter isn't made for speed or agility. Its weight is intentional. It keeps the vehicle firmly planted on the road and nearly impossible to tip. Bulletproof windows, locking systems that only operate from the inside, and armored driver compartments add further protection. Even if a catastrophe occurs, the transporter has a self-destruct mechanism for its axle bar. If compromised, it can detonate the axle to stop the vehicle in its tracks, rendering it immobile and nearly impossible to tow. Dragging the vehicle without its wheels is an exercise in futility due to its sheer bulk and reinforced undercarriage. For those few who might still dare to get close, additional defensive features await. In the event of a breach, the transporter can deploy an expanding foam that immobilizes intruders by hardening rapidly around them. If that doesn't deter them, a high-voltage electric shock system embedded in the cargo hold might deliver a final deadly warning. To add another layer of defense, military helicopters often monitor the convoy from above. These helicopters not only provide aerial surveillance, but also carry armed response teams that can be deployed in case of an attack or emergency. History's ghost train, the Soviet RT-23. The United States isn't alone in developing innovative ways to transport nuclear weapons. During the height of the Cold War, the Soviet Union unveiled a sinister marvel of nuclear logistics, the RT-23 Molodets missile train, often dubbed the nuclear ghost train. In the 1960s, U.S. reconnaissance aircraft began identifying the exact positions of Soviet missile silos. This revelation posed a critical problem. Fixed missile sites are easy targets. If war broke out, these sites could be destroyed in a preemptive strike before their missiles ever launched. The Soviet solution: make the launchers mobile and invisible. The RT-23 was a fully mobile intercontinental ballistic missile platform disguised as a regular civilian train. These nuclear trains were indistinguishable from cargo or passenger trains, making them nearly impossible to identify. Each consisted of 17 cars, including 3 locomotives, 3 missile launchers, and various crew and support wagons. To any observer, it looked like a regular supply or refrigerator train. These trains could travel up to 1,000 kilometers per day, reaching speeds between 80 to 120 kilometers per hour. Built to function without resupply for up to 28 days, the ghost trains were capable of surviving communication blackouts and even launching missiles autonomously if needed. They were also able to short-circuit overhead power lines to draw emergency energy when required. This deception-based mobility ensured that, in the event of nuclear war, the Soviets could guarantee a retaliatory strike, even if much of the command structure was eliminated. The ghost train's mere existence ensured that no first strike could ever fully neutralize the USSR's second strike capability. Challenges in a modern context. Despite the Cold War's end, the challenge of transporting nuclear weapons hasn't lessened. It's evolved. With rising cyber threats, terrorist organizations, and geopolitical instability, governments must constantly reassess their security protocols. Today, any breakdown in nuclear transport procedures, whether due to espionage, sabotage, or accident, could result in unthinkable consequences. Modern security measures rely on a mix of surveillance drones, satellite imaging, and artificial intelligence to track convoys, predict threats, and prevent breaches before they happen. At the same time, international laws and cooperative agreements have been put in place to reduce the risk of nuclear theft or misuse. But the stakes remain sky high. A single compromised nuclear transport could result in environmental catastrophe, massive casualties, or global panics. Power, secrecy, and responsibility. Transporting nuclear weapons is like carrying a ticking time bomb across a tightrope. One slip, one missed cue, and disaster could unfold. Every movement must be planned down to the millisecond, every agent trained for the unthinkable, and every safeguard tested against both human and technological failure. While it's tempting to imagine these convoys as scenes from an action movie, their existence is a sobering reminder of the reality we live in. As long as nuclear weapons exist, the challenge of moving them securely will remain an unavoidable and monumental task. Governments must invest in both innovation and oversight. They must balance mobility with security, secrecy with accountability, and perhaps most importantly, they must recognize that transporting nuclear arms isn't just a logistical operation. It's a testament to the thin line between civilization and catastrophe. And that brings us to the end of today's deep dive into the secret world of nuclear weapon transportation. If you found this video as fascinating as I did making it, smash that like and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and stay amazed.